Question number 1. Which tool is commonly used for creating 2D game art? Perfect. Adobe Illustrator is the correct choice. Question number 2. What is the role of a programmer in game development? Smart pick. Writing code for game functionality is the correct choice. Question number 3. Which of the following is an example of game control? Sharp thinking. Jumping over objects is the right choice. Question number 4. What is the purpose of the layers in the room editor? Excellent choice. To organize different types of assets in the room is the right answer. Question number 5. What does level design aim to do in game development? Great job. Create interactive situations for the player is the accurate answer. Question number 6. What are the key elements of game design principles? Nice work. You chose mechanics, dynamics, aesthetics, and technology, and it is correct. Question number 7. Which is not a game engine mentioned in the article? Right again. Fierce is a valid answer. Question number 8. What did Eric learn from emulating an existing game? Strong choice. The value of building off existing ideas is the right answer. Question number 9. What is the main responsibility of a game reviewer? Nice selection. Playing games and writing reviews is the correct and valid answer. Question number 10. What is the primary goal of game design principles? You chose create an enjoyable and engaging experience for players, and it is correct. Question number 11. What is the first stage of video game development? Clear logic. Your choice, the first stage of video game development, is pre-production is sound and 100% true. Question number 12. What is the first step of the game design process? Well done. Designing game characters is the right choice. Question number 13. What does the acronym A stand for in game design? Smart move. Artificial intelligence is an accurate answer. Question number 14. Which of the following is a mechanic of gameplay? Exactly. Jumping makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 15. What did Eric do before becoming a game developer? Good job. Your answer, started his own business, works well here. Question number 16. Do we use programming concepts when making a game? Solid response. True is a valid choice. Question number 17. The game background and scenery is called the dash. Well reasoned. Environment is the correct choice. Question number 18. This lets you test the concept before you make it. Bravo. Prototype is the answer. Question number 19. Which of the following is a blueprint for a game? Good thinking. Game design document is the right answer. Question number 20. What is included in a game design document? Great thinking. All of the above is the right choice. Question number 21. What is the role of a lawyer in game publishing? You're right. Negotiating contracts and handling legal issues is the correct answer. Question number 22. The connection between two vertices of an angle. Well picked.
Edge is the correct answer.
Question number 23. What is the color of the background in the game? Valid point. Gray is true.
Question number 24. When was the game, Super Mario, released on the NES? Excellent. 1990 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 25. What is the purpose of the pre-production stage?
Correct. To plan the game's development and gather necessary resources is the right answer.
Question number 26. According to the text, what is Nuclino used for?
On track. Project management is the correct answer.
Question number 27. What is not a view in Unity Game Engine window?
Nicely done. Perspective view is a solid answer. Question number 28. What is done in the sound implementation stage?
Right choice. Find or create a suitable sound effect is the best answer. Question number 29. Which of the following is not video game genre?
You got it. Your choice comedy is right.
Question number 30. Which of these skills are used in game design?
Correct response. All of the above is the most accurate answer.
Question number 31. What plugin that we use to make a Roblox game?
Valid point. Code Kingdoms is true.
Question number 32. How do you stop drawing in your Scratch game?
Solid response. Pen up is a valid choice.
Question number 33. Two major types of games in game development.
Well picked. 2D and 3D games is the correct answer.
Question number 34. Zombie Unicorn Treasure Hunt is what platform?
Good job. Your answer mobile device works well here.
Question number 35. When was the first computer game introduced?
Well done. 1952 is the right choice.
Question number 36. How many elements do we have in game design?
On track. 5 is the correct answer. Question number 37. How can you create a tile set in Game Maker? Bravo. By using the tileset editor in Game Maker is the answer. Question number 38. What is done in the code development stage? Correct. Write and implement game code is the right answer. Question number 39. What is done in the graphic creation stage? Smart pick. Create graphics, characters, environments, and visual effects is the correct choice. Question number 40. Translating a game into multiple languages. Strong choice. Localization is the right answer. Question number 41. Which of these is required for every game? Great thinking. Victory condition is the right choice. Question number 42. What is the function of a prefab in Unity? You got it. Your choice, a predefined object that is used as a template, is right. Question number 43. What was the game that Eric Baron built? You chose Stardew Valley, and it is correct.
Question number 44. What type of genre is World of Warcraft?
Clear logic. Your choice role-playing game is sound and 100% true. Question number 45. What are the stages of game development? Correct response. Planning, pre-production, production, testing, pre-launch, launch, post-launch is the most accurate answer. Question number 46. What is playtesting in game development? Sharp thinking. Testing the game for bugs and glitches is the right choice.
Question number 47. The first game development thing is Dash. You're right. Design is the correct answer.
Question number 48. What is a prototype in game development? Right choice. Initial model used to demonstrate key features is the best answer. Question number 49. First and third person. Usually a storyline. Excellent choice. Shooting game is the right answer.
Question number 50. What is a tile set in game development? Nice selection. A graphical resource for creating and editing levels is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 51. What is the problem of home video game? Excellent. Overpriced game is a brilliant choice. Question number 52. Slang for developer or development? Perfect. Dev is the correct choice. Question number 53. What is done in the game design stage? Good thinking. Plan the structure of the game is the right answer.
Question number 54. How many lanes are there in the game?
Well reasoned. 5 is the correct choice. Question number 55. What does the play button do in Unity? Nicely done. Both is a solid answer. Question number 56. What is the purpose of tags in Unity? Nice work. You chose to identify and categorize game objects, and it is correct. Question number 57. What is the main objective of a game? Smart move. To achieve victory is an accurate answer. Question number 58. How long did Eric work on the game? Great job. 4 years is the accurate answer. Question number 59. What is Eric currently working on? Right again. Building a new game is a valid answer. Question number 60. What is the code of a video game? Exactly. The brain of the game makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 61. Which is not a valid game genres? Strong choice. Knitting is the right answer. Question number 62. What is an object in GameMaker? Great job. A piece of code that controls game behavior is the accurate answer. Question number 63. What is a 2D collider in Unity? Well reasoned. A component to detect collisions in 2 dimensions is the correct choice. Question number 64. Create a basic game means dash. Good job. Your answer to start small works well here.
Question number 65. A common easy game to start is?
Smart move. Tetris is an accurate answer. Question number 66. Interactive objects in a game. Nicely done. Prop is a solid answer. Question number 67. Roblox Studio is used for dash. You got it. Your choice make Roblox games is right. Question number 68. What does playability mean? You chose is your game fun to play? And it is correct. Question number 69. Define mechanics of a game. Exactly. How the game is played makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 70. The act of creating a game.
Well picked. Game development is the correct answer. Question number 71. What is game development? Valid point. The process of creating a video game is true. Question number 72. What is a prefab in Unity? Great thinking.
Both is the right choice.
Question number 73. What does GEED stand for?
Bravo. Game design document is the answer.
Question number 74. What is U in Unity?
Right again. A 3D user interface is a valid answer.
Question number 75. What is a broadcast?
Correct response. It allows the sprites to communicate with each other is the most accurate answer.
Question number 76. What is Scratch?
Well done. A visual-based programming language is the right choice.
Question number 77. What is Roblox?
Nice work. You chose Roblox is an online platform and game creation system, and it is correct.
Question number 78. What is a game?
Correct. A recreational activity involving one or more players is the right answer.
Question number 79. What is a bug?
You're right. A mistake in a piece of software is the correct answer.
Question number 80. A frame is?
Smart pick. How often a game updates is the correct choice.
Question number 81. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Right choice. Contact Narayan Changder is the best answer.